Hi, it's Lance Mohr. Just getting ready to do my blog for the day, and I thought I'd shoot a real good video on what's going on in the foreclosure process and really the mistakes that a lot of listing agents and sellers are making. Not only in our market, but I think pretty much throughout the U.S. I'm sure they're doing this. And what they're doing, they're going in and they're taking a home example for $200,000, putting the price down to $150,000, thinking they're going to get a quick sale. The sellers, a lot of them are just thinking, oh, what the heck, the bank's going to take it back anyhow. I'll go ahead and do it. I just want to get it sold. Well, it's not going to work out. And it really puts the buyers in a real awkward position and puts the selling agents in an awkward position. And here's why it's not going to work out. I'm going to give you an example. I had one I was looking at, and the price should have been, it's around $210,000. 200 low end, maybe $210,000 this home is worth. About 2,200 square feet, only in a really nice neighborhood, only 2 years old. The agent goes out and she prices it at $389,000. Absolutely criminal. In my opinion, should just lose her license. Drastically overprices it 8 months ago at $389. Drops it down to $359. Drops it to $329. Drops it to $280, to $260. Then drops it to $240, then down to $210. Well, if she's at $210, it's not selling. Probably thinking to herself she needs a paycheck. So what she does is she drops it, and I say she, it's the homeowner as well. But I mean, if I was an agent, I just wouldn't do this. I just wouldn't do it. I'd give the listing up. But she drops the thing down to $159. So my buyer calls me up, wants to look at the home. I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, who in the heck did this? And I look, of course it's a foreclosure. And so I picked up the phone, I called the agent, I said, you priced this home at $159. Do you think it's going to sell? I mean, that's you dropped it from $210 to $159. That's a dramatic price drop. Or drastic, I should say. Well, it's pretty dramatic too, but it's a drastic price drop. And she said, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if it'll work out. The bank might not take it. They might have to take a little higher offer. And I said, well, why don't you list it for a little higher? Well, that's what we just figured we'd put it at. That's what she's saying. So I called my buyer up and I said, look, this isn't going to work out. I said, if you want to look at it, make an offer, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you can't do that. I'm in an awkward situation. But I've been doing this for 8 years. This isn't going to work out. And she was confused why, if we paid full price for the property. And I said, the reason why is when the bank's looking at it and they see a price drop of 25% overnight, they're going to flip. They're going to want to know why in the world the agent did this, why in the world the homeowner did this. Here's what banks like to see. And if you're working with a realtor, looking at foreclosures, you make an offer on a property, if it sounds too good to be true, it pretty much is. In 98% of the cases, it's just going to be too good to be true. Now, there are some exceptions. If the property was really worth $159 to begin with, then she just overpriced it at $210. But I'm not talking, I don't really ever talk about, nor do I care what the price is listed at. I only care the value of the home. So if the value of the home is $210, you better have some pretty substantial evidence to show that the bank should take $159,000 or lower, because they're going to get a broker's price opinion or an appraisal on it, and they're going to ask this question. They will come back and ask this question as sure as the sun comes up tomorrow. They're going to say, why didn't you try to get us more money? Because what the agent should have done is she should have lowered it reasonably every time. She should have priced it low in the beginning, or fair market value, I should say, in the beginning. Sometimes you might even want to put them a little bit higher. Wait 30 days, drop it. 30 days, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it in increments. So when the bank comes back to you, they're saying, why didn't you try to get us this price? You can come back and say, look here, Mr. Bank or Mrs. Bank, we priced the home a little bit over what I felt it was worth at $220,000 because we really wanted to get you your money. But no one would buy it. So we lowered it to $210,000. No one would buy it. We lowered it to $200,000. No one would buy it. We lowered it to $190,000. No one would buy it. Now the banks don't know what the heck they're doing, so they don't really understand this whole days in market like buyers do, which is why you could usually get a good deal if it's done correct. So if you're a seller, be wise about it. If you're a buyer, really hopefully get an agent that knows what they're doing, and it's really hard. I was talking to my title company, and they said the other week, they said, and I put this, I think, on a past video, only about 10 to 15% of all foreclosures are even working out, and a lot of it is because the selling agent and the buyers don't know what they're doing, and the other half, if not more, is the listing agents and the sellers, and not really the sellers. I can't really blame the sellers, but the listing agents don't know what they're doing. So I just say look at it. If I told the lady and her husband, if they want to look at this and write an offer, we can. I mean, it's hard, really puts me in an awkward situation. I don't think it's going to work out. We should continue to look for other properties, and if you find something you like, just withdraw it, because the bank's going to probably sit on this for months on end wanting a higher price, or they'll just tell the realtor to raise the price. So anyhow, have a good day.